Now at 10, the city of Pittsburgh discusses an $80,000 loan for property expansion and development, including a new bar and food truck park. Plus, the city of Miami unveils a brand new 911 dispatch center, and
enthusiasm surrounding Vice President Harris's bid for the White House continues to grow. I'm Skyler Henry detailing her campaign efforts.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The city of Pittsburgh today approved an $80,000 loan for the development of a new bar. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Tanya Bach. The loan will go to Blue Spoon Properties, LLC, to transform the old Spicer Adams welding building at 415 East 4th Street into a new bar called the Balkan and Canary Lounge. Officials say it will include a food truck park, a stage and projector screen, and an upscale speakeasy-style bar. The money comes from the city's revolving loan fund. One of the concerns brought up during the meeting was parking. Still, the city rejected a request for $10,000 to add parking along Grand Street. The Kansas Department of Transportation lent an ear to citizens and stakeholders in regards to the future of US 69 highway. A previously proposed project to turn the highway to a 4-lane freeway was not received positively by citizens in 2023, leading to the project's cancellation. Now, KDOT says the purpose of their event today was to simply hear the opinions, positive or negative, from citizens before they determine the future of US 69.
When we moved forward last year or 2 years ago to try to continue the upgrade of the freeway, we've heard the public didn't want us to do a freeway anymore, more or less, right? So now what do you want us to do for the Crawford County corridor of the existing US 69 corridor?
Transportation officials say that after the last 2 rounds of local consults, Southeast Kansans do consider the improvements of Highway 69 as a priority, meaning a project will start to be discussed after ample rounds of public input. Well, MoDOT is seeking public input for an I-44 corridor ecosystem study. The meeting, which was held at Joplin Public Library, allowed the public to give their opinions on a wide variety of topics, from the road safety to congestion and more. The Forward 44 project aims to map out the best path forward to update and improve the road.
You know, I think that we just want to make sure that they know they have an opportunity to come out and see what we're doing with this study. I-44 is a vital east-west corridor, you know, in Missouri. But really, it's a corridor of really national significance. There's a tremendous amount of freight that travels, and goods and services, you know, that utilizes I-44 every day.
For more information, you can head to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at weather.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice day for us today. A little bit warmer than what we have seen over the past couple days, but still pretty good. 88 was our high. Average high is 91, so pretty close to where we should be for this time of the year. The record 105 set back in 2011, which is in our top 5 hottest summers of all time. Had the cumulus clouds, had a few isolated little guys in our far southern counties, but most of the night's going to be pretty calm. Again, an isolated shower out there, but temperatures will slowly drop back through the 70s into the upper 60s a little bit later on tonight. I think most of us will bottom out right around 66, 67 degrees for an overnight low. So if we break it down by 11 p.m., 75, 10 a.m., back to 81, plenty of sunshine, a little bit hotter over the next few days. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. Quapaw Nation and Ottawa County 911 Authority today cut the ribbon for their new dispatch center. The new 911 dispatch center uses technology to allow the public to send text or video calls to dispatch. They're also able to detect locations more accurately. With the new technology, they can respond faster to emergencies and help more people.
It is all inclusive. You get your video, your text, your auto translation, your transcription, and your recordings are all within one screen instead of one screen and then going to another app for video.
Barger says their goal was creating the new dispatch center is to make Ottawa County safer. Before election season gets into full swing, some local county officials are testing their voting equipment. Jasper County hosted a public test of its voting equipment today at the Jasper County Courthouse. And for Jasper County Clerk Charlie Davis, the test provides a way to ensure the equipment works properly well in advance of the next big election.
Hand counts, and when we do that, that shows that the machine's actually counted correctly, because we want people to understand when they go and they feed their ballot through the machine, their ballot is going to count, their vote is going to count. We're one of the only countries in the world that have the constitutional right to vote, and if we can get our voters to understand that it is accurate and their vote does count.
And we provided a link to the Jasper County ballot samples on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Vice President Kamala Harris hit the campaign trail for the first time Tuesday as the presumptive presidential nominee in the battleground state of Wisconsin. Skylar Henry has more from the White House.
Because ours is a fight for the future.
Vice President Kamala Harris kicked off her presidential campaign with a rally in Milwaukee.
Do we believe in the promise of America? And are we ready to fight for it?
The vice president told the crowd she's earned the support of enough delegates to secure the Democratic nomination ahead of next month's convention in Chicago.
I will spend the coming weeks continuing to unite our party so that we are ready to win in November.
Harris also won the endorsements of Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
Kamala Harris and her candidacy has excited and energized the House Democratic Caucus, the Democratic Party, and the nation.
Former Speaker Nancy Pelosi endorsed Harris Monday, the day after President Biden announced he's stepping out of the race and is backing her for the White House run against former President Donald Trump.
Donald Trump wants to take our country backward.
In a phone interview with the media, the former president said he's willing to debate Harris now that President Biden is out of the running.
I want to debate her, and she'll be no different, because they have the same policies.
President Biden says he'll explain more about his historic decision to exit the race when he addresses the nation Wednesday night.
Mr. President, what will your message be tomorrow night?
Biden returned to the White House Tuesday afternoon for the first time since his COVID infection last week. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Harris will travel to Houston on Thursday to deliver the keynote speech at the American Federation of Teachers' 88th National Convention. Dairy Queen in Joplin opens its doors to the Children's Miracle Network local champion for a very cool opportunity. That story coming up. But first, students in Wyandotte tune up at band camp in preparation for the upcoming school year. Area band camps have begun tuning up in preparation for the upcoming school year. Today, Wyandotte, Oklahoma hosted its band camp, and we sent photojournalist Ty Parks to hear it all come together.
So this morning we pulled out some music and we took a look at just some stand tunes, just because most of us haven't played over the summer. And we took a look at the national anthem because it's a new version for them. Not for me, but for them. Most for these kids is that they love music, that they feel that this room, band, choir, whatever, is a safe place for them. And that the skills that they learn, the teamwork, the reliance on each other, the ability to follow directions will carry them through life for their jobs, wherever they go once they leave here, they will have those skills.
I participate in band because I enjoy playing and creating music as well as supporting the school in football and basketball. Quads is kind of a way for me to really get out all the energy I have and still make good music with my friends.
It was my safe place. I was in band starting in 6th grade, and I found my family. It was my tribe.
My hopes for this season is that we can have as much, if not more fun, while still sounding good, if not even better, than previous years. There's always room for improvement, and I believe this group has the talent to do so.
And so I want students to have a place that they can discover who they are, where they belong, what their gifts are, and it's my happy place, and I want to share that.
Can't wait to see what they sound like at the first game. And we'll be diving into other area band camps later this week. Well, Doug returns with a full look at your forecast. And a little later, fair season in the 4 states rolls on with the Labette County Fair in Oswego, Kansas.
Give life. Well, of course, a nice Tuesday for us today. Temperatures a little bit warmer, smidge warmer than what we saw yesterday, but still fairly nice. And of course, we're getting toward the end of July, but we've seen some decent amounts of rain this month. None today, even though we had a couple isolated little thunderstorms. But for the month of July to rack over 5 inches, that is doing pretty good. And today's only the 23rd. We're still about 3 inches behind for the year, but overall, we're looking good out there. Humidity has been sneaking up on us a little bit. Look at our dew points. Dew points are sitting mainly into the mid-60s. This is measuring how much moisture is out there. So that puts us kind of in that sticky range. It's not bad, just a little bit on the sticky side. And that's going to go up as well as we go through the next several days. We had some clouds, a few isolated little tiny thunderstorms, but if we widen the perspective, look at the upper level flow. Still out of Canada. And that's why our temperatures haven't been as hot as what they can be for this time of the year. But we are going to see a few changes as we go down the road. One little wave kicking out. We're going to watch this wave kind of lifts in as we head in toward the weekend. It's going to be weak, but what it should do is give us scattered showers on Friday, scattered showers once again as we head into Saturday. Then as we go into the beginning of next week, unfortunately, that big dome high pressure starts to build back in. That means hot, mainly dry across the region once we get into next week. All right, let's go through the overnight hours tonight. And dipping back mainly into the mid-60s for overnight lows. So still fairly comfortable. Sunshine through the morning hours. We warm into the mid-80s. Once we get into the afternoon, I think most of us right around 90 for an afternoon high. But again, look at this. Hit and miss, isolated, little thunderstorms trying to pop up again as we go into tomorrow afternoon. About 90% of you will stay dry, but you could get a quick downpour if you get stuck underneath one of these thunderstorms. Anything that would form, gone tomorrow night. Then we start Thursday, upper 60s to near 70. As we go through the day on Thursday, a smidge hotter. I think most of us 91, 92, 93 degrees by the time we get into Thursday afternoon. All right, day planner for you tomorrow. 68 in the morning, 85 by noon, high temp of 90. That slight chance for an isolated storm. Heat indices going up a little bit for us tomorrow. Low to mid 90s, mainly mid 90s by the time we head into Thursday afternoon. So it does get a little bit more humid. And then as we head into Friday and Saturday, you can see better rain chances. At least it's still going to be scattered, but at least a little bit more widespread than the ones that have popped up over the past couple days. Let's go 90 tomorrow, 92 Thursday, upper 80s to near 90 Friday and Saturday. Then look how the heat really presses in for us next week.
They teased us with those cooler temperatures last week, Doug. Now it's going to get hot. Well, now you can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, and sports with the KOAM Plus TV streaming app. It's available on Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV Plus, and Roku. The player is also available on our news and weather apps, as well as our website. Watch live streaming anytime, absolutely free, the KOAM Plus TV streaming app. Well, members of 4-H and the FFA got to show off their livestock and hard work this week at the Labette County Fair. Poultry and cattle took the spotlight today. One veteran exhibitor had some advice for showing livestock.
You want to always look at the judge to make sure you have eye contact with them, and then also just have fun in the arena.
Eye contact is huge. The event concludes this Friday with a livestock auction. The Dairy Queen in Joplin hosted a pretty cool event today. Children's Miracle Network local champion, 8-year-old Vincent Wilkowski, stopped by to make a signature blizzard, the Vincent Blizzard. It consisted of Oreo and strawberry. Interesting combination. Well, this Thursday, $1 or more from every purchased blizzard from the Joplin location will be donated to Freeman Health System, a member hospital of Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Still ahead, Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern preview the 2024 football season at MIAA Media Day. And the Joplin Outlaws hope to continue their hot streak at home. John Dales has those stories and more up next.
It's MIAA Media Day in downtown Kansas City, and all 10 schools that are members of the football conference bring their head coach and a couple players to speak to the media for the first time this season. Pittsburgh State enters the fall with a new head coach, but the same high expectations.
The senior leadership we have on this team has made this transition, coaching changes, and the new offense so much easier. Just credit to the guys and how they've handled everything. And we got a lot of guys that decided to come back this year for their last year, put their lives on hold and come back and say, hey, let's go give it one more shot.
Every year, like you said, is a fresh start, and it'll be different, having Coach Anthony as our head coach instead of Coach Wright. I'm a little biased. Obviously, having a defensive-minded head coach is a little bit more fun for me, but no, he's came in, done a great job for the team. We have a great connection throughout the group, and we're ready to get started rolling into fall camp and then get ready for Fair State.
That group's really special to me. When we got there, when Coach Wright and I got there in December of 2019, that was a group that had just come in. A lot of those guys were redshirt freshmen going into their redshirt freshman year, or guys that were in our first recruiting class, and those guys made the choice to kind of stay with us and buy into our culture and buy into what we're doing. So being able to lean on those guys here as my first time back as a first-time head coach is just kind of a special time for me to get to bond with those guys again.
MSSU football enters its 5th season under head coach Atiba Bradley, and the Lions are looking to turn the corner as a program after finishing with a 5-6 record in 2023.
This is a group that just goes to work. We were commenting like, oh, the summer is almost over. A lot of these guys never left. They stayed, they trained. So the break got really short just because these guys were hungry to get back at it, and that's exciting to see because it's not something I prompted. It's not something our coaches told them. It came internally from the seniors and the upperclassmen, and so it's always a positive sign to see.
I think we're going to be very explosive, something that we've been missing in the past a little bit. I think we got a lot of weapons in the receiver room, a lot of young guys that's going to step up, a couple transfers that's going to make some plays for us. We get a couple guys back on offense. Our O-line has a lot of experience. They'll be a good tested group. And then, of course, we got Luke Sampson throwing the ball, so anytime he's throwing the ball, you got a chance to get it anywhere on the field.
I am really looking forward to how our O-line does this year. We handled business last year. I personally, this might be biased, but I think we're the best in the MIAA. But I'm really ready to see how we come together as a group and how we can push the offense.
MIAA football preseason polls also released this morning. Pitt State comes in at 2 in both the media and coaches poll, behind Central Missouri in each of those. Missouri Southern is in the 8th spot in both polls. UCM and Pitt State are the only 2 teams to receive first place votes. Joplin Outlaws at home against the Fort Smith Marshals tonight. Outlaws winners of 3 in a row, and one of their newest additions, Johnny Miles, tonight's starting pitcher. He gets 3 swinging strikeouts in the first couple of innings. No score in the bottom of the 3rd. That's when Rayvon Morgan hits a line drive into right field. Andre Jackson comes around from second to score. Joplin opens up a 3-0 lead. Back to Miles on the mound in the 4th. Gets another batter swinging. Then with runners in scoring position, called strike 3. He has some words afterwards for the batter as well. Bottom of the inning, Andre Jackson again using his speed, this time to beat out a throw from second to first and get an infield single. Later in the frame, Jackson scores from third base. coming home on a pass ball. As we come on the air, they're in extra innings at Joe Becker Stadium, tied at 8 in the 10th. These two teams within a half game of each other in the standings, so it makes sense that 9 innings weren't enough. It was too close.
Yeah, so, well, hopefully they come out on top on that one.
We'll see.
8-8, wow. All right, well, that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Well, it's going to be pretty quiet tonight. We drop back into the mid to upper 60s for overnight lows. 90 on your Wednesday, very slight chance for an isolated thunderstorm. Thursday heats up a little bit more, and then some scattered thunderstorms Friday into Saturday. But look how the heat really starts to increase as we go through next week, especially late next week.
Well, grab a lime and some salt. Tomorrow is National Tequila Day. Tequila is made from fermenting the juice from the blue agave plant. Now, the plant has a core called pina because it looks a little like a pineapple. Now, did you know that in order to call the resulting drink tequila, it must be made in a specific area in Mexico? You can celebrate National Tequila Day with a shot, or maybe make some margaritas or a tequila sunrise. Remember to share your responsible celebration on social media with the hashtag National Tequila Day. I did know that fact about Mexico.
I did not know
Not that it had to be a specific place, but I knew it had to be from Mexico to be tequila.
Interesting.
All right, final sports note.
Yeah, Riverton, Kansas has a Little League baseball team that's going to the regional tournament. It's 12U team, the All-Stars. We're going to hear more from them tomorrow.
All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night and an even better Wednesday.
KOAM TV